Close your eyes and imagine this. The year is 3024. Death has been conquered. No more funerals, no more ticking clocks. Humanity has achieved what our ancestors dreamed of, yet feared in equal measure. You are immortal. But the question no one can answer remains. What does that mean for you? Procrastination, the ultimate sport. Think about how much we get done because of deadlines. I'll start my diet next week. I'll finally clean out the garage this weekend. But if you're immortal, there's no rush, right? You could put things off for centuries. That novel you've been meaning to write? Started in 2307. But here's the kicker. Without time breathing down your neck, would you ever actually do anything? Would dreams lose their spark if there was no urgency to chase them? Immortality might turn us into professional procrastinators. Relationships with no expiration date. Now let's talk about relationships. Love, friendship, family. They're the bedrock of life, or so we think. But what happens when forever is literally forever? Picture this. You and your best friend are inseparable for the first 300 years. By year 400, you've had every possible conversation. By year 500, you've perfected the art of arguing over where to order takeout. By year 600, you're avoiding each other at Immortality mixers because, let's face it, forever is a really long time to spend with someone who insists on singing the wrong lyrics to every song. Would we grow closer, or would we drift apart? Maybe love thrives on the knowledge that it's finite, that we have to make the most of our time together. The immortal office worker. And then there's work. Imagine being stuck in the same job forever. You're still typing reports in the year 3189, wondering if your boss, also immortal, will ever retire. Sure, you could switch careers, but what happens when you've done everything? Doctor, astronaut, dolphin trainer, you've ticked every box. Do you just stop? Or maybe immortality could finally give us the chance to follow our wildest dreams. Want to spend 50 years learning to play the harp? Go for it. Feel like mastering the ancient art of cheese making? Why not? But eventually, you'd run out of new things to try. How do you keep life interesting when you've literally seen it all? The problem with forever memories. Speaking of seeing it all, have you ever tried scrolling through your phone's camera roll from a few years ago? Now imagine doing that with every memory you've ever made. All those awkward first dates, embarrassing fashion choices, and cringeworthy karaoke performances. Immortality means you can't escape them. Would you start deleting memories to make room for the new ones? And if you did, would you even be the same person? Or just a glorified hard drive rebooted every millennium? The beauty of mortality. Now pause. Consider this. Perhaps mortality is not a flaw, but a feature. It forces us to savor each fleeting moment, to cherish the sunsets, the laughter, the fleeting touch of someone we love. Imagine a world where the sunset isn't beautiful anymore, because you've seen it 10,000 times. Would it still matter? Maybe this is why we aren't immortal. Not because we lack the technology, but because we couldn't bear the cost. The eternal choice. So I leave you with this. If immortality were offered to you today, would you take it? Could you carry the weight of endless time, endless memories, endless loss? Or would you choose to remain mortal, embracing the fragility that makes life meaningful? In the end, immortality is not just a question of science. It's a question of humanity. And maybe, just maybe, the answer lies in the very thing we fear most, the end.